Hey guys, Lance here. Today I'll be reviewing the Bluedio wireless Bluetooth headphones. Been looking forward to review these and see how they compare to Beats. I was looking through a lot of the reviews and people were making that comparison, saying they're a better deal, a better value. And you know what? I got to agree with them. So I'll talk about that more in just a minute. I want to talk about the comfort, the sound quality. Also, I've been doing a whole series of reviews on Bluetooth headphones in the $20 to $100 price range. So I also just want to talk about how these fit in with that mix. What are the pros? What are the cons? Are there better headphones for less money? And so that's all coming up here next. And before I get going, I do want to remind you, check the description box below. I'll put links for the other headphones I'll be referencing here in a minute. Also, if you do want to go ahead and purchase these, I'll put a link where you can get the best price on these online today as well. As far as Bluetooth connectivity goes, these did a great job of connecting, responding. I found that they were pretty much flawless. Occasionally I might get a pause or a skip, but it might be like once a day, and that's after a few hours of listening to these. So next up I want to talk about comfort. Besides sound quality, this is like my second favorite thing to always check out with headphones. And these are comfortable. I mean, when you put them on, you feel like you got these pillows surrounding your ear. These are over ear. Now some headphones, they say over ear and you still feel them, they're kind of pinching the tops and bottoms of your ears. But these really go over the ears and it feels like you got these cushy pillows. So you kind of see, as far as the looks go, a bit bigger of a headphone. Similar in styling to the Beats by Dre. So I think if you like the Beats look, you probably like the look of these as well. Even the feel, it all seems very reminiscent of the Beats by Dre styling there. So comfort-wise, comfortable. Now here's the thing though, I do find, and this isn't uncommon for this type of over-ear headphone, is when you have them on and it's been a little while of wearing them, you do feel the heat start to build up around your ears. So it just kind of is what it is. There's always going to be the pros and cons. One of the pros is you get this really comfortable feel. One of the downsides is the heat can build up. But also want to just give you a quick idea of the, as far as the sound leakage. So I'm going to go ahead and play this at a kind of a fairly loud volume here, and you can see how much sound is actually leaking out. So this is turned up pretty loud, so you can hear a little bit. So that's just to give you a little bit of idea of how much sound actually comes out. So there's some sound leakage, and that's pretty common with a lot of headphones. Now the other nice thing as far as comfort goes is just the padding that they have up here along the headband. I found that to be pretty comfortable too. Now the weight of these is I think around 285 grams, 286, somewhere in there. So these were definitely the heaviest out of the group that I auditioned and tested here. So when you have these on again, after a few hours of listening, I mean, you kind of feel the weight. If you haven't worn a style of headphone like this before, it just is a little heavier, a little bulkier. It's going to come down to preference. So let me go ahead and touch on some of the features here of the Bluemodios. There's definitely some unique features that stand out. One is there's an auxiliary input here. And what's great is these headphones actually come with a wire. So you can plug these in, and then you can use these as a wired pair of headphones. And that's great. So, you don't want to worry about Bluetooth, or maybe you want to, take them somewhere and hook them up and there is no Bluetooth option. You can still use these as headphones. So that is really cool. Another feature I like that was unique to these is there's a micro SD slot right here. You can't really see it because it's all black, but you just put your micro SD card in there. Now you can listen to music. So, you can literally go walking out wherever with these on and have music that you can, be listening to. Then over on the side here, you can kind of see the controls you have. You got your power on, volume up and down, and then, search or track left and right. As far as the padding goes, this is very comfortable. It's actually some of the more comfortable padding I've worn in headphones. And then you have it here up on the headband as well, also very comfortable. And so really impressed by that. So now I want to talk about sound quality, and I want to give two perspectives here. The first is, I'd say, just the average person putting these on and listening to them. What kind of experience would you expect? And then the second perspective would be more of that audiophile-esque perspective where, comparing these to other headphones, comparing these across all different genres of music, how do they sound? So with the first perspective, average person putting these on, what's their experience going to be? And I'm going to say agree with a majority of the reviews that you see like on Amazon and elsewhere, where people are saying, hey, these sound great. These are some of the best sounding headphones I've ever worn or had and listened to. If you're not comparing these head to head with other headphones and listening for the little nuances, for the most part, you're probably going to think these sound really good. They're the biggest strength I would say of these is their ability to create a big bass, a big kind of that room filling bass, so to speak. So if you like to listen to rap music or you like to listen to dubstep or anything where there's a beat to it, even some pop music, you'll probably enjoy that room filling, big boomy bass kind of a feel. Now, it doesn't just stop there though. It also does a fairly good job with vocals, instruments, some good detail. I put it through a test with some other types of music, like from demonstration CDs. You really hear how well a headphone can pick up sounds and put them in different places spatially. So you feel the music kind of going around you, around your head, so to speak, as opposed to being all smashed together. And these actually did a pretty good job of creating distinct places where the music was happening around your head. So I was actually surprised by that. Even though they're $100 headphones, the fact that they're Bluetooth, so you figure, some of the cost of that is just going into that Bluetooth technology and so forth. So that was actually pretty surprising in a good way. Now, the next perspective would be more to that audiophile perspective. And how do these compare against the other headphones? As I said earlier, I've been listening to headphones in the $20 to $100 price range, all Bluetooth. This is all just kind of a Bluetooth head-to-head. And to be honest, the Creative WP350s actually sounded better, and they're about half the cost. Now the Bluedios actually do create a bigger sounding bass, but it's a less accurate bass. It's not as clean and accurate as what the Creatives did at half the cost. So it's going to depend on your preference there. I'm not going to say one is better or worse. If your objective is clean bass that's more accurate, less muddy, you'll definitely want the Creatives. You'll love those. If, however, you want a bigger sounding bass, then you'll definitely like the Bluedios. Also, in terms of vocals, accuracy, the details, the lifelikeness of the music, it really becomes apparent how much better the Creatives are, once again, at half the cost. So it's your preference. If you were not doing what I was doing and taking off one pair of headphones and putting them on and listening to a section of music and then taking those headphones off and re-listening to that same track with the next pair of headphones, it would not be as obvious. And honestly, how many people are doing that? So that's kind of why I wanted to do this review, to point it out and to give you some understanding when you read the reviews and you see why is one person saying these are muddy and these are awful, and most everyone else is saying, wow, these are some of the best sounding headphones I've ever listened to. So let me also say this: I listened to Beats before. I didn't like them. I couldn't keep them. I just thought that it was too much money for how awful they sounded. And so these, on the other hand, I like these better than Beats. Much better value. I actually find them to be more comfortable and a similar style. I still think the Beats look cooler myself, but these still, if you like that look, then this is kind of, I think, a great consideration that way. So definitely give these a shot. You'll save yourself some money. You'll have better sound. You have a better sound, and they're more comfortable. So there you have it. All right. So now for just my final thoughts, recommendations. It really is going to come down to what you're looking for and the type of music you like to listen to. So first and foremost, as you're looking at these, if you like this look, it's kind of that Beats by Dre look. If you like the over the ear, kind of the bigger style headphone, if that appeals to you, that's the first thing, is kind of that look, the styling of these, as opposed to something, say, like the Creatives, much smaller profile, or even you got the runway style, overhead on ear as opposed to over ear. That's the first thing. The second thing would be the type of music you like to listen to. So if you enjoy rap, hip hop, anything with, and you like more of a boomy style of bass to it, to your music, then these would also be a good fit. And definitely consider these for that. They're quite a bit cheaper than Beats by Dre, and you get honestly a better sound, and they're more comfortable and a similar look. Of course, you also get the fact that they fold up really nice and easily, and they are Bluetooth, so that's huge. I mean, the fact that you get a Bluetooth pair of headphones, they sound better than Beats, and they're less expensive than Beats. So a lot of good reasons to consider these. Now, if on the other hand, you're not necessarily sold on this design, let's say for instance you're just reading all the reviews on Amazon and thought, wow, these sound like they're really good sounding. And so you're kind of considering them from that perspective. But let's say you listen to a lot of different styles of music, or your priority is more the accuracy of the music. You want the detail, rather than boomy bass. You'd rather have a real accurate and sounding bass. Then by all means consider the Creatives. Now these are different in that they are the more of like an on-ear rather than over-ear, meaning they just kind of sit on your ear. They don't surround your ears. Much smaller profile of headphone, but also still comfortable. But as far as the sound quality goes, definitely superior as far as the accuracy of the sound. The bass is better sounding, almost as loud as the Bluedios here. Not quite as loud and boomy sounding, but less muddy, much more detailed, much more refined. Vocals sound a lot better. All the details from things like violins, orchestras sound so much sharper. Everything comes alive more with these. So it's really going to just depend again on your preference. So it's not to say don't get these, it's just know what it is you want, and these may be a great fit for you. So anyway, hope this review was helpful. Definitely put a comment below if there's any questions, anything I missed. And also, again, if you want to pick up a pair of these Bluedios, I'll put a link below where you can go online and get these for the best price today. But thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.